we've seen med ball cleans in the games. First introduced a couple of years ago in the individual competition with the heavy med ball. This, for the guys 150 pounds, not an easy task. You see some of these athletes are really struggling with it.
Lane number 7, CrossFit Fort Vancouver. And CrossFit Fort Vancouver now has 26 reps out of their 50, so they are over the halfway mark.
Justin, you and I saw CrossFit Fort Vancouver in the Northwest region, and a little bit surprised that they are now in the first heat and at the bottom of the leaderboard. Really had high hopes for them. Very tough region to come out of in terms of the teams, and expected a lot more out of them.
That team has won the Affiliate Cup in the past years ago. Team captain Adam Neifert, great at programming and great for preparing a team to compete in the competition athletes to CrossFit Games.
And it's interesting that you know, the shade is on part of the field, and the wall could be a little bit slipperier down there. The sun not having dried out the grass from the dew overnight, so it could be a little bit slippery, a little bit challenging for teams in lanes 12 through 15.
And CrossFit Team Dynamic Strength. The slight lead over CrossFit Fort Vancouver. They now have 41-42 reps. So closing in on the final 10 reps of their 50 reps on this 150-pound med ball clean. And John, you were told that once they reach that marker and have 50 reps in, then the females will start their second score. And they'll start in on the same rep scheme, 50 med ball cleans, but their ball is 80 pounds rather than this 150 pounds. Last rep, CrossFit Team Dynamics moving on. Now it's just down to 50 muscle ups, and then they'll move on to those handstand push-ups. They must complete 100 reps of the handstand push-ups on that shield. So 3 different sets of rings, set for the different heights for each athlete.
It'll be interesting to see, you know, obviously certain athletes have certain strengths, and it'll be interesting to see the rep scheme that they go with. Are all athletes going to do the same amount of reps, or will they split it up in trying to use the abilities of certain athletes, knowing that they're going to have to move forward for the handstand push-ups?
For Vancouver now joining CrossFit Dynamics on the rings, starting in on 50 muscle ups. And CrossFit Fort Vancouver now has 7 reps in towards their count of 50 reps. Team Dynamics Strength now has 17 reps. We just passed the 4-minute 30-second mark in this workout. Team Dynamics Strength with about a 6 or 7 rep lead over CrossFit Fort Vancouver.
Team Dynamic Strength coming to us from the Northeast region with about a 7 rep lead ahead of Fort Vancouver. Must get full lockout at the top to complete the muscle up, coming from a full lockout at the bottom. So they're taking their bodies from underneath an object over top of an object. A classic CrossFit movement and one of the tougher skills involved in CrossFit.
CrossFit Team Dynamic Strength now at 30 reps. They have 20 remaining. CrossFit Fort Vancouver, 28 reps.
In the background, only a few teams still left on the med ball cleans, struggling with their heavy balls.
And Fort Vancouver closing that gap. They're now within 4 reps of Team Dynamic Strength on the muscle ups. Keep in mind, once they complete these 50 muscle ups, they will advance to the shield, farther down the competition field, and then they're going to complete 100 handstand push-ups. We've got ourselves a race between CrossFit Dynamics from the Northeast Regional and CrossFit Fort Vancouver from the Northwest Regional.
Fort Vancouver's closing the gap slightly. It was at about 7 or 8 reps. Now it's only down to 3.
Team dynamic strength with 3 or 4 reps left on these muscle ups. Now they're down to 5 for CrossFit 4 Vancouver. He gets credit for that one, so now it's 4. They're within 1 or 2 reps of each other. And CrossFit dynamic strength does complete the 50 reps faster than CrossFit 4 Vancouver. They are moving on to the shield, as does CrossFit 4 Vancouver. CrossFit 4 Vancouver winning event 2 here at the 2014 Reebok CrossFit Games.
And showing absolutely no signs of slowing down. Wow, they are repping through these 100 reps of handstand push-ups. You see the teammates are going to have to hold up the shield, and the judges' hands go up. They know that they completed their first 10 reps. They will move down the field. I'm sorry, the first 20 reps. They're going to move every 20 reps.
CrossFit Team Dynamics with 22 reps in. CrossFit 4 Vancouver now has 17 reps on these handstand push-ups. And as CrossFitters, we all know, John, once you reach failure on those handstand push-ups, they're gone. They don't come back for some time. So there has to be some strategy involved here.
Yeah, there's going to be some strategy involved in terms of how many reps each one of them does. And you talked about it earlier. They get a chance to go through this workout, come up with a strategy, know who's going to be strong at this, when they're going to have to change guys in and out. But they also get a little bit of a break in between holding on to that wall for their partners.
So that is CrossFit Dynamics in the white shirt, red short, farther down the competition floor, changing things up, and you want to have those fast transitions. Right now, Team Dynamic Strength has 55 reps. They are starting to pull ahead of CrossFit 4 Vancouver, who has 40 reps, and so they have about a 19-20 rep advantage over second place CrossFit 4 Vancouver. And then CrossFit.
10 reps, they'll move that ball forward.
And go.
Most of these ladies early on not showing any signs of struggle. Much the same technique that we saw earlier. They are basically passing the ball over their shoulder to their teammate.
And lanes 9 and 10. Lane 9 is CrossFit Naptown. Lane 10, Ballistic CrossFit. Their ladies are jumping out to an early lead.
27 seconds.
Lane number 10, Ballistic CrossFit from San Antonio, Texas. Placed third in their regional at the South Central Regional. With the yellow shorts on. Lane number 9, CrossFit Naptown, salmon colored shirt and black shorts.
Last lap.
And you see 2 different strategies in play there, right? Different teams.
Yeah, some of the teams are passing to their partners, other teams are going forward.
1 minute in.
CrossFit Downtown going with the strategy of not passing it back and forth. And it's hard to tell right now necessarily which one is faster. Teams that are going passing the ball to themselves are starting to move pretty quick, but
42.
When the teammate gets in position,
We're working away at 50 medball cleans. Does have to go over the shoulder. And well, we've got several teams within just a few reps of each other. CrossFit Kilo at 41 reps, so getting really close to finishing up with their 50 reps. CrossFit Kilo from the North Central Regional, they placed second at the regional. Out of Cedar Falls, Iowa.
10. Three, 2, 1. Got it. Round 2.
and he's on the muscle ups now.
Lane 11, CrossFit Green Bay moving on. Lane 12, CrossFit Team Dynamic Strength moving on. Starting in on those muscle ups, they must complete 50 muscle ups. Lane 11, CrossFit Green Bay, and lane 12, CrossFit Dynamics. Right now leading the pack with those muscle ups.
One more.
Green Bay, in fact, they're deadlocked right around 8 or 9 reps each.
And Team Dynamics, if they can hold on and get a victory here, that would be a great start to their second day of competition, for the third day, following
If you count Wednesday, we're just past the 3-minute, 30-second mark. There's a 12-minute time cap in this workout.
All right, 30.
CrossFit Green Bay placed third on Denver 2. That's our best finish up until this point. So hoping to better that. And being the top three on this workout as well would greatly improve their chance to be the leaderboard. Lane number 12, CrossFit Dynamics on the left in white t-shirts and black shorts. And they are at 18 reps on their muscle ups.
10.
And you want to have a short transition in between team members. You don't want to have any time that all
3,
team members are on the
2,
same time.
1. Got it. Last round.
Team Dynamics there, as soon as they start to struggle, they switch team members. You don't want to waste time on a no rep, and you definitely don't want to waste energy on a no rep. Because you're going to get no rep probably on the fact that you didn't get locked out at the top. With handstand push-ups steering you right in the face, you want to make sure that you conserve as much energy as possible.
CrossFit
All right, 18 landmine.
Number 11. Now at 31 reps.
18.
With a slight rep advantage.
Time to beat 508.
CrossFit Dynamic strength. CrossFit hard coordinating the push. Try to catch up to the leader, CrossFit Green Bay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done.